You know what we got to do first.
Cocksucker. Of the week.
Cocksucker of the week.
Okay, cocksucker of the week. This week is, who the fuck is it? Senator
of Kentucky, the
what's
state.
his name?
You know what? His fucking
Brandon
name is.
Brandon Smith.
Yeah.
Senator Brandon Smith.
Smith.
A Republican from Kentucky. State senator having no reservations about proclaiming his political privilege.
So this fucking cocksucker says since he's a fucking senator, there's some law on the books from back in the day that would make him exempt from misdemeanors, which would be his first DUI, which would be a misdemeanor.
Mm-hmm.
So and it doesn't. I mean, fuck that guy. Fuck that shit.
I
couldn't do that.
He was arrested for drunk driving.
Yeah.
And this article says, let's see, where do we get this from? This is from the Free Thought Project. We just grabbed, I'm sure this article exists everywhere you go.
Oh, yeah.
And when did it become legal for lawmakers to make it law that they're exempt from law? When did that become okay? Did it ever? I don't think so.
This law is old as fuck. So
that's what I'm saying.
By
but
that,
still.
it means that it's always been okay.
No, that doesn't mean it's always been okay, because any law that goes against the Constitution is null and void. Everybody knows that. So
Right.
they could have passed it, but it's void, because they are people.
Yeah, that's true.
And
you can't usurp the Constitution.
that's right. You cannot, because it is the foundation of their power. You can't take the foundation of your power and use it to give you more power. It's impossible. Is everything all right with our stream?
You can't get rid of the Constitution. It's impossible.
It's impossible.
It can't happen.
I think that's Spanish or
It's
Mexican.
written in stone.
Wouldn't that be awesome if the Constitution was written in stone?
That's just paper, isn't
Like
it?
instead of a
Yeah.
piece of paper that they like protected some house, it was like written in like the side of a mountain.
Yeah, it's just paper.
I'm sure that
Yeah.
would have been bombed a million times.
So that's
though.
the thing about the Constitution in the end, though, is like, who gives a fuck? I used to have this whole thing of like, let's defend the Constitution, and if it says so in the Constitution, then I'm going to have this righteous indignation about it and stuff. And it's like, do you really give a shit?
No,
Yeah.
you're right. You're right. Me and you both probably fell into the same trap for a number of years, where it was like, oh well, the Constitution works and it's good life. And
I'm a
but that
constitutionalist.
just draws us into the government's okay and we need to take this stance. But when none of it's
I'm a
okay, it's all
libertarian.
bullshit. Fuck a libertarian.
I am a libertarian, and I follow the Constitution.
Yeah, I was into that for a while, but it's
No, so I'm
such
gonna-
bullshit.
I'm probably more into that than any other political party, I guess. However,
None is a good option.
None is better, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the thing about the Constitution, there's like a lot of like really cool things about it, sure, but it's like it's still just a fucking work in progress.
Except the 14th Amendment
What's that one?
that created the citizen.
Oh, right.
Right.
Right?
Before that,
Damn.
Wait, or is
Before-
that's the bill? No, that's the Constitution, right? Yeah, it's
Yeah.
an amendment to the
well,
Constitution.
the Bill of Rights are the first 10 amendments to the
Right,
Constitution.
right.
Because we saw right away we have some problems here. But this is supposed to be a work in progress. It's not supposed to be a thing that you just adhere to.
Right.
It's the Constitution. I've had family in East Texas for many years, and we follow the Constitution there. It's not supposed to be that. Just, no matter, we've been landowners since the early 1800s. And the Second Amendment is all right. Like, and I believe that you should have the right to own guns, but like just defending it on this, like, well, it's in the Constitution. Like, no, defend it from a strong philosophical point. Like this idea of just arguing. I guess we can tell who I was doing an impression of. We don't have to really say it, but
Is that Alex Jones?
Shut up.
I said it. I said it.
I don't have the accent right. He's got the.
You didn't do it right. I didn't even know who you were doing right away.
Yeah,
But,
no,
okay.
he doesn't have the. It's just a grumble voice. That's how the impression starts with him.
We were.
But you, I mean, when you just argue like, oh, because it's the Second Amendment or it's the First Amendment, it's like, no, you should be able to explain why these things individually make sense. Whatever. We got away from our fucking cocksucker, and this guy does suck some fucking cock.
Okay, yeah, Senator Brandon Smith, and you know what he's saying? He's exempt, but you know what? I think I'm exempt.
Me
so I
too.
mean, am I a cocksucker too?
Yeah.
All right. Well, because I think I'm exempt from these shit laws, and I don't think that I've ever agreed to take part in any of this. I'm pretty sure my mom signed quite a bit of papers that makes me liable, but I never did. You know what I'm saying?
Well, but he's a worse cocksucker, though, because he
'Cause he
spends
thinks
his
that-
life
he thinks that-
making the laws and then
Right.
says, well, they don't have anything to do with
Right.
me.
So he's directly making these and he thinks it's the same temperature on Mars too, right?
Oh, yeah,
we
that
we
Mars
found
thing.
that out. We'll pull that quote up, but before we get to that, I just want to say, like, it's a very basic form of hypocrisy to be an integral gear in the machine of moral authority, which these guys are, you know, and they go on stages and tell you how to live your life and stuff. So, you know, is it not just the most hypocritical thing you could possibly do than to try to weasel out of when you're entangled in that structure?
Yeah, right.
You know, you live your life by it. You fucking go up and give these. You know what I mean by moral authority too. That's what lawmakers really think they are.
See, 'cause
they think they're the fucking moral
Right,
voice.
yeah, right.
And so now you're gonna squirm out of this bullshit that you fucking helped create. This is why I fucking think this guy sucks. Many cocks.
I feel like if I was the fucking
Brandon Smith from Kentucky.
Yeah, right. Brandon Smith from Kentucky, senator. I feel like if
Literally-
I was a lawmaker
literally
and I got a
sucks.
DUI, I would definitely run again and everything. I'd be like, yeah, I got a DUI. I was fucking drunk and I had to go somewhere. That happens to everybody. Come on.
Yeah.
You know, just own it.
What am I supposed to do? Stay in the fucking house
Yeah,
all
we're supposed to stay in
goddamn
the-
night?
But you got to remember that these are the guys that are making $250,000 a year. They're making 400,000. Is he federal? No, he's state, right?
He could afford a
he's
fucking
not
limo
Yeah,
everywhere
so
he
he's
fucking
not
goes,
making.
yeah.
He's not making 400,000. No, that's the president. 400,000. But you know, he can afford at least a taxi.
Yeah.
Easily.
Oh,
easily
easily.
can afford a taxi. I couldn't afford a taxi.
Or toss your friend a few bucks, buy him dinner.
God,
You know?
anything.
Buy your friend a fucking lobster dinner,
And
whatever
you know what?
eat, you know?
I'll take that back. You're right. He can afford a limo.
Right.
To go home from being drunk.
Limo's not that much worse than a cab, really.
No.
You just
No,
gotta plan
fuck
ahead
no.
a little better, that's all.
You just have to deal with some guy that's dressed a little nicer and wants a little tippy tip.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a big deal.
Aren't you supposed to tip a cab driver?
No.
What?
Fuck that.
What are they gonna do? Send the money to Al Qaeda?
Yeah,
Are
exactly.
you kidding me? I'm not fucking tipping shit to them.
How about
fucks.
this? I'll give you your tip in a check, only I can't figure out how to, like, write these strange fucking symbols. They're not part of they don't belong on a check ever. If you bring this into a bank, they're going to laugh you out of the place. Your name is all stupid, and I fucking hate you. There you go. Sorry. I tried. All right, so the point about this whole fucking thing is this guy takes men's penises into his mouth, and then
sucks on him for quite a little while.
moves his head back and forth in a rhythmic motion with the penis in his mouth.
So he definitely knows what he's doing in his cocksuckery.
Right. And then the men even say, they're like, "I'm gonna come soon," and he's like, "Yeah, come in my mouth, come in my mouth." He takes the dick out of his mouth for a second to say, "Yeah, I'm gonna put your dick back in my mouth.
Go ahead and come in.
Go ahead and come in there." And then he swallows it all up, and even fucking saves some, brushes his teeth with it for the next few days. He fucking
Puts it on his cereal,
Dude,
drizzles
shoves-
it on
yeah.
his fucking
Shoves it up his ass.
toaster strudel.
on Pop. I was just gonna say on Pop Tarts in that zigzag fucking formation. He does all kinds of
Does
shit.
everything
all
with
kinds
it.
of shit with the cum.
If
And
he
then
has a squeaky hinge on his front door,
puts it in there.
Puts it in there.
Yeah, exactly. No, totally. He uses it.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you know, he uses it in places at his house where the wallpaper's coming up a little bit. Yeah, I mean, it's all over the place.
It's just it's just all
completely-
over his house.
You know
Just
the thing on the refrigerator that forms the seal and it always comes like unstuck from the door? He puts cum in there.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Yeah.
it probably works pretty
Does
well.
it all over the place.
Got a little draft coming through the kitchen window there in the morning when you're drinking your
Cum it up.
coffee. Come it up.
And
Just fucking just slather it in there. He probably just uses his finger to push it in and make the seal.
Oh, yeah.
Then licks his finger.
squeaky rollerblade wheel. Try a little cum.
Try a little cum. I'm better than you. I write the law.
I write the law. I rub cum on the bottom of my feet and skate around my kitchen floor. I make the laws. I'm Brandon Smith, Republican Senator from Kentucky.
Kentucky.
I keep coming in an oil can and pretend to shoot it into my joints. Just like I'm some kind of strange character from my own vision of the Wizard of
Oz.
The Wizard of Oz of cum.
I could picture him doing all these things.
I know. Oh shit.
Oh god.
This guy uses cum for a lot of stuff.
Can we talk? Yeah, this guy. I think we can only refer to him in by saying one word: versatile.
Yeah.
Ingenuitive.
What's gonna happen with this piece of shit? What's gonna happen with this absolute piece of garbage?
We don't know yet.
They didn't say. He's just citing the law.
Yeah,
he's
he's
just
trying
citing
to
the law
fight
as
it.
of now.
Now let's say this: we can all identify with the fact that you'd want to get out of a DUI if you could. Now nobody really has morals in that regard. Like nobody really gives a shit. You'll get out of it if you can. However, this guy, what makes him suck so many cocks is that he represents this fucking system.
Right.
In a big way. And not in a way, and even worse than a cop.
In a way that it pays his fucking bills.
Well, but even worse than a cop, even worse than the guy who makes the arrests and all this shit, this guy represents the system in a way that's subversive to the human mind.
Right.
He's out there pretending to be the fucking... He's one of the puppets, He's out there pretending to be the fucking authority,
That's why we need to start like the scumbag party, like the regular scumbag party.
Mm-hmm.
Like this guy's got 3 cocaine arrests plus a DUI.
He's got
plus
my
he
vote.
beat his woman, and it's just like, hey, those people need to be in positions of power because they know how life is. You don't just hit your women. You drink a fucking fifth of booze and take a Xanax and then hit your girl because you're so poor. You can't deal with your life sober. That's who needs to get money so they don't have to be that way no more and they can actually understand how to regulate the populace.
We need a man who understands.
We need a man who understands. I want a picture of from the chairman's podium out to the legislators just wearing wife beaters and FUBU jerseys. You know what I'm saying?
A bunch of white guys.
A bunch of white guys in
jerseys.
FUBU jerseys and wife beaters. A couple hippies in the
That'd
back
be fine.
smelling like fucking shit.
That'd be just as good as what we've got right now.
It would be better.
It would be the fucking same shit.
I forget who it was, but it was an old timer a few years back told me that if Congress had any legitimacy, and I know this is just a state senator, but I'm just saying that they would have accidentally passed a good law by now. Just accidentally, just by pure happenstance, they
That
would have
is pretty
accidentally
funny.
did something right.
Yeah, that is.
You know what I'm saying?
Because anytime they do something that seems good,
It's
or
not.
seems right, there's something in there that's the 2 steps, 1 step forward, 2 steps back thing. It's like they pass civil rights, but there's all this other fucking crippling stuff tucked in there
Right.
to make sure nobody ever becomes equal. you
So
know?
since they have not accidentally done something right, then there's a clear agenda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're all cocksuckers, but this week, Senator Brandon Smith, you take the fucking cake, you piece of shit.
Yeah,
Fuck
you sure do.
Have fun gargling fucking nut.
Yeah, fucking rubbing cum all over your house and your body, apparently.
He probably builds. He
fact-checked
probably
that.
builds.
That's all true.
It's
That
true,
is true,
right?
right?
You-
Yeah.
she's our fact.
Yeah.
Yeah, he probably builds gingerbread houses out of it. He saves it.
Yeah.
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 Go ahead.
I was gonna say he saves the stale, crusty underwear of his sexual partners, and then makes those the walls of the creepiest gingerbread house ever.
Yeah.
That he uses the new cum
Yeah.
to hold together. Yeah, I mean this guy's out of fucking
He
control.
builds
And then he-
model cars without glue using cum.
Yeah.
Little.
I think we already did this.
Okay, we're done.
we might not be as talented at that as we thought.
Yeah, we're
Would have already
trying.
taken that
We're
to its
trying.
limits. Yeah,
No,
we
this is
tried.
good. Everybody likes this.
We
It's
tried.
better than us not saying that this guy uses cum for all types of things.
Yeah, it's true.
All types of everyday activity.
Anything else on this guy?
I just want to say what he said about Mars, just to put him in perspective.
This
a little
guy's
bit.
also fucking hilarious. So
Stupid.
We're talking about Brandon Smith again, and he's a senator, and he had the best quote. So we've talked a lot about. Just I want to preface this because this is such a stupid issue in terms of the way people like go one way or another on it when they don't know anything about it. You know what I mean? And that's the global warming thing. And 99% of us don't fucking understand really anything about this. We're not educated in these areas, and we don't fucking understand shit. So this guy, this is just a perfect example of how a politician, in my opinion, is politicians on both sides of this fucking argument don't know shit. None of them know shit.
Right.
So what did he say exactly?
So here's what he has to say.
This guy says something about global warming that this is one of the funniest ones I've ever heard. And Jason, our fucking intern, brought this up. This is a good find from him.
Okay.
This is one of the best quotes of any politician. Go ahead.
So, in case our listeners don't know, the average temperature on Mars is around negative 80 degrees Fahrenheit. All right? So, cocksucker of the week,
Wait,
Brandon
is
Smith.
That's what he says, or that's
No,
what-
that's. I just want to make sure everybody knows that before I read what he says.
Isn't that much lower? Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
So our cocksucker of the week says, I don't want to get into the debate about climate change, but I will simply point out that I think in academia, we all agree that the temperature on Mars is exactly as it is here. Nobody will dispute that.
I was a little early on that applause.
Yeah, that's okay. Okay, he goes on to
So
say,
he says the temperature on Mars and the temperature here is exactly the same, and no one could dispute that.
nobody will dispute that, is
Not
what he
leadership.
says. Now wait, he goes on to say,
This is good.
yet there are no coal mines on Mars. There's no factories on Mars that I'm aware of. So I think what we're looking at is something much greater than what we're gonna do.
He sounds like a carbon tax fucking advocate.
He sounds like an idiot.
He sounds like he can really slime up a hang down.
He's the opposite.
What does that mean?
Suck a cock.
Suck a
Slime
cock.
knob, bro.
Slime up a. I
a
never
little
heard
slime
that.
on the hang
That's
down.
He's
good.
not
That's
clowning
funny.
around. He'll slime up your hang down.
Slime up your hang down. And he's a fucking. Yeah.
So
That's
yeah, if
funny.
that gives you any idea.
But no,
of-
he's the opposite of the carbon tax. He's the anti-global warming side.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, no, not really, because they're shutting down coal mines left and right.
No,
And
no,
they want
but what he's
they want
saying-
nuclear power. They're shutting down coal mines. They're doing carbon taxes on coal mines.
He's a Republican.
So he's saying it's the same there, but they don't have any coal mines.
No, what he's saying is that shutting down the coal mines isn't going to do anything
okay.
because it's happening on Mars anyway.
Oh, but he wants to get away with breaking the law. Fuck him.
Yeah, fuck him.
Piece of
Cocksucker.
shit.
All right, Brandon Smith, you don't know anything about science. I hear you suck a great dick. I hear you, you're like the Native Americans of cum. You fucking use every last little piece, and you never fucking waste any of it. And you're,
He also has the Play-Doh syringe penis.
you know what? Brandon Smith is the Native American of cum, but he's the 9/11 of DUI hypocrisy.
Dude, he sucks a dick so hard that his tears make his mascara run down his face.
That's so funny because I've seen porn that did that to girls.
Yeah.
That mascara didn't run down his face naturally. Those were planted explosives on his face, by the way. So
Watch
let's
the playback.
Yeah.
Before someone exploded on his face.
No, but for real, I'm not going to lie to you guys, and you guys have to agree. I'd have tried the same exact thing. I'd be like, dude, lawyer, here's like 80 grand. Figure something, a loophole out somewhere, please.
Yeah. Anything we can do.
You know, just so I can keep making millions of
Here's the
dollars,
other thing.
please.
You have the freedom to say that because you would never try to direct someone else's behavior through fucking force of law.
If
you
I
know?
would, if
So,
I did become a
if you-
congressman, I would write laws to get rid of laws.
honestly, if I was a congressman and I was part of this whole thing, I think that I would just go like, you know what, fuck it, I'll pay for the goddamn thing. Give me my goddamn
Yeah, right.
DUI.
No,
Who cares?
Oh my
You know?
god, the only reason I don't want to get in trouble for stuff is because I can't afford it. This guy can afford anything. This guy can afford. He can run up to. He can run up to anybody on the street, punch him right in the face, and pay the $800 fine, or pay the $1,200 fine, or pay a lawyer $50. I can't pay a lawyer shit. I can't break the law for nothing. If I won the lottery tomorrow, I'd walk down the street and punch every single person I fucking saw as hard as I fucking could for until I became so exhausted that I fucking literally fell over and fell asleep, and then I'd wake up and pay all the fucking medical bills and all the court fees. I'm not kidding you. That's what I would do.
You'd hire somebody to fucking take care of paying all that shit.
No,
Wait.
Well, yeah, I'd hire somebody to take care of paying it, but I would actually. I hit the fucking $108 million lottery. I'm running down the street and punching every single person until I fall asleep.
Why
Well, there was
didn't
a movie where that happened. Do you guys remember the movie?
That's not true.
Yeah, do you remember the movie Mr. Smith Goes to Washington? This was a really old movie, seriously.
Are you kidding me?
It does happen.
No. Well, this was a movie where a young kid got all the way to Congress because he was like a grassroots celebrity.
Uh-huh.
And when he found out how corrupt Washington was, this is a movie from the 40s, I think. It was Jimmy Stewart, I think, was the star of it. And he got to Washington and found out how corrupt things were, and just fucking went nuts. And there was a scene where he ran around town punching all the other politicians in the face. Yeah, and it was great. It was a satisfying scene. What is this? Hold on. This is a scene from the movie.
Okay, this guy's just shuffling papers in the house.
I don't remember
Everybody's
what
looking
exactly
at
he's finding
him.
out here, but
He looks pretty fucking distressed.
compelling theater here.
Fast forward a little bit. Let's see what happens.
I thought we were
he's
getting
just like shuffling. He's like holding papers in his
getting
hands.
Get a good Jimmy Stewart speech in here. I thought this was the moment.
That's not the moment.
God damn it.
Mr. Payne does.
There we go.
He's turning it.
People
Yeah.
don't know about lost causes. Mr. Payne does. He said once they were the only causes worth fighting for. And he fought for them once. For the only reason any man ever fights for them.
Freedom.
Because of just one plain simple rule. Love thy neighbor. And in this world that is full of
anyways.
hatred, a man who knows that one rule has a great trust. You know that rule, Mr. Payne. And I loved you for it just as my father did. And you know that you fight for the lost causes harder than for any others. Yes, you even die for them. Like a man we both knew, Mr. Payne.
Muhammad Ali.
Is that the dude from It's a Wonderful Life?
It could be. That actually looks like it.
You
Actually.
all think I'm late. Well, I'm not late. And I'm gonna stay right here and fight for this lost cause. Even if this room gets filled with lies like these.
Oh, I thought this was.
This is him. It's him.
I thought this was the
it's him
punching
doing a
people
filibuster.
scene. This
no,
is.
I can't find the punching people scene, and it's not coming up. For
That's
some
all right.
reason.
That's all right. We understand.
Whatever.
So we do have to actually go to break. Can David Box? Can you stay around for the top of the next hour and do your mysteries at the top of next?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
God.
He's got it. You know.
Creepy.
He's got a real job that he has to go to in the morning.
Yeah. He's.
Oh, really?
He's actually a congressman from Illinois.
He's got to get up and go to prison.
Yeah, he's got to get up. He's governor of Illinois. He's got to report to prison in the morning.
Yeah.
He's out on work leave right now.
I'm on probation.
That would be the governor of Illinois is always fucking in trouble. That's true. So when we come back,
right.
David Box, what kind of mysteries did you bring for us?
Yeah.
One of them involves a pretty sweet fucking case of theft. Pretty awesome theft.
Okay.
And then the other one is a code that needs to be broken.
Okay.
CIA code stuff.
All right, cool.
All right, cool. Put on some ASAP Rock. Let's take a fucking break, man.
Well, I'm not putting on ASAP Rock. I
Why
wish you would have
not?
said that before I already had music queued up.
Oh, that's fine. If you already have something queued up, that's fine.
Don't play Aesop Rock.
We're going to
Hey,
break.
wait a minute.
We're going to break.
This
faggots.
is ASAP.
This
Rock.
is